What's going on, witches? This is your girl Maya, and today we're talking about the often forgotten about ankle. This little guy, because we're going to be strengthening and mobilizing the ankles in this video. Why? If you want to get that deep squat, that nice full range of motion in your squat, if you want to do cool things like the pistol squat, if you want to be able to do lunges, all types of lower body stuff, deadlift, boom, and hit it well, hit it in full range, thus getting full benefit, you need adequate ankle mobility and ankle strength. And not just that, you need really strong ankles for animal flow, holla, and you need it to just live your best life, yo. You're ever trying to get to that concession stand? It's halftime. You gotta grab that beer. There's a million people around. You gotta juke them. You gotta dodge. You need some strong ass ankles. So that's what we will be covering. Stay to the end. I'm gonna share with you the easiest, most free way for you to mobilize your ankle with no equipment at all that you could do at any time and anywhere. Let's do it. Cue the intro. Before we get started, please subscribe. I would appreciate it so much, and make sure you press the bell, bing, so you don't miss any content. Now, let's get into ankles. So how do you know if you have tight ass ankles? How do you know that you need to work on your ankle mobility? I'm gonna show you a really simple test that you can do. All you're gonna need is a measuring tape, bam, and a wall. So I'm gonna use this chair. Just pretend for me that this is a wall here, okay? Just for the sake of my lighting is on point right here. Okay, so what you're gonna do is, it's called the half kneeling dorsiflexion test, because that's the goal. To do any type of deep squat, we need our ankle to be able to go into dorsiflexion, where the tibia, the shin bone, can travel further than the toe, right? Woo. So what you wanna do is get yourself 5 inches in the measuring tape, line yourself up 5 inches from the wall, get in a half kneeling position, so the ankle that you want to test, line up the toes, the biggest toe right at the 5-inch mark. Here, so I'll move it this way. And then all you're gonna do is you're gonna lean your body forward, and you're gonna see if you can touch your knee onto that wall, all right? So I'm at 5 inches, I'm gonna kneel, and I'm gonna lean. The goal here is to be able to not only touch the wall with the knee, you don't want to see your heel lift off, you don't want to see your knees cave in, because those are all signs that you have a restricted ankle. I'll show you how it looks from here. So here we go. Bam! 5 inches, all star. This is a standardized test. This is a golden standard. I love this test because test yourself now and then test yourself again after you've done some of the mobility drills that I'm going to show you, and see where you're at. So let's say, for example, you can't hit this wall. You can still test yourself as to where you are now, right? So let's say in order for you to hit your knee against the wall, you have to lift your ankle up. Measure yourself from where your heel is to the ground, and that becomes your way of assessing yourself. So maybe you're 1 inch off the ground here, your heel, in order to touch your knees in. That could be your new standard. So maybe over time, you're only 1/2 inch off, and then you're maybe 2 millimeters off. Those are all improvements for you, and those are all little wins for you. So just because you may not be able to do this, bam, don't be bummed about it, because measure where you are now, and then as you improve, make sure that you celebrate as you're improving. It's as simple as that. So that's one test. Another super easy test is, how well do you squat, bro? So go ahead, engage squat mode. So go ahead, give me your nicest, deepest squat with that upright body. How do you look? Is your knee caving in? Is your heel off the ground? Because this ain't a good squat. You're losing all the benefits of what we do in a squat. Oh my God, my quads. So obviously, if your heels are off, your knees are down, you're really unstable, it's showing that you have a lot of limitations in that ankle. And so yeah, you better get on this. So let's go. We're gonna start. Before you do any deep stretch work, you first wanna mobilize. Okay, so simple as doing ankle circles. You could do ankle circles standing, sitting, or even on the ground, sitting, okay? Whatever you wanna do, we wanna increase blood, nutrients, synovial fluid, oxygen to the ankle joint before we start getting deep in there. So go ahead, 20 reps per direction, clockwise, counterclockwise, per side. Really get it going, and then I want you to press on the gas, and then lift the toe to the nose. So we're doing we're doing plantar flexion, and then we're going dorsiflexion. We're just going up and down, up and down. Put some tunes on. Go ahead, mobilize each side before you go on and do the rest. So once you're all mobilized, feeling good, feeling all warm in those ankles, feeling toasty, we're gonna stretch the calves. So your calves are deeply related to your ankles because they attach to each other. Your soleus attaches your ankles, your Achilles, everything is working together in one piece. So if you're really having a hard time doing that, it could be in your calves. So you can use a foam roller, and all you want to do is Netflix and foam roll, yo, and just work yourself back and forth, work it up and down, the lateral edges, the medial edges inside the calf, and then right in the middle, and then you want to go side by side too. So you want to go rock and forth, rock back and forth from the ankle all the way up to the calves. Do what you gotta do, man. Get that baby loosened. And then when you hit that trigger point, that super like, painful area, sit on it. Because that's what you wanna release just a little bit. So when you find that super tender area, sit on it, breathe 5 slow deep breaths, and then roll it out a few more times. So I would definitely start with some foam rolling. If you have a towel, you can go ahead, flip it onto here, and do some, here, I have a towel. So much easier in real life. You can flip it on here, you can pull the towel towards you, you can push the towel away, pressing on the gas, and then pulling it towards you. Do a few of these, really loosen up the ankles. And then, I love just leaning my foot against the wall. This is my wall, okay guys? Lean my foot against the wall, tilt my pelvic, my tailbone right underneath me, so slight posterior pelvic tilt, and then do the lean. You don't have to lean much. All you have to do is slightly lean, and you're gonna feel it all the way up your leg, even into your hamstring. So I like to hold stretches 20 to 30 seconds, rest, shake it out, and then repeat 3 to 5 times. All right, do both sides. And then, now that we're mobilized, circulating, and we have done some stretching, let's get into the basics, all right? So I'm gonna use a bar stool. You can use a chair, you can use a workout bench, and remember, the goal to increase ankle mobility is to increase dorsiflexion, right? So I want you to grab that bench, grab the chair, put your leg up on there, Captain Morgan style, and lean into it. So really, the tendons back here, the Achilles, and all these muscles, they're strong, man. So don't be afraid. Really pull yourself in there, feel that stretch, and lean into it. Put all your body weight on it, and then bounce, bounce, bounce. 30 seconds, 45 seconds, take a break, switch sides. That's all I'm doing. This is so good for hip flexor stretch too. Just as I'm standing here, I can feel my hip flexor stretching out. This is good for external hip rotation. Make sure you checked out all the hip video, guys. I've done so many on hip. Bing, bing, bing. Go check it out because your ankles are also related to your hips. Because in order to go into a really good dorsiflexion, your hips kind of got to be externally rotated, which is what we work on in my previous tutorials. So this is a really good one. Now, if you have mobile ankles and you're not really feeling this stretch, like I don't really feel that stretch at all, what I do is I add a weight. So only do this if you're not really feeling it. A lot of you guys, this might be really hard in and of itself. But if you're comfortable, put a really strong weight on, water bottle, something heavy. I've got a 35-pound kettlebell, and I'm gonna lean and I'm gonna do the same. And right away, I feel this stretch, and I'm able to fully achieve that dorsiflexion even better. So that's that. And then, I love to teach movement-based training, right? So if our goal is to get a better squat, if our goal is to get deeper in our squat, why aren't we squatting? So go ahead, get yourself into your squat. Deep ape, check out level 1 animal flow, where all I talk about is the deep ape. So you're gonna go ahead into your squat and walk yourself back and forth into dorsiflexion, pushing against yourself. Push, push. Try this 30 seconds. You're probably gonna be burning your quads, your ankles. Oh, and I recommend doing this stuff barefooted, okay? Especially when you're doing the assessment. Take off your shoes, take off your socks, and check yourself out barefooted. If you're comfortable doing this, grab a weight. Hold it goblet style, and really just sit yourself into it. Feel comfortable right here in the middle, and then do the gangsta lean. Woo! Put it on your knee, lean into it. 10 seconds, 15 seconds, that's all it's gonna take. Come back to center, take your elbow, push it into the inside of your leg, crank that hip open, and then do some more lean. You're telling me this ain't gonna help? This is gonna help so much. So a little bit of mobility work really goes a long way. So if you're feeling frustrated that you can't hit that nice deep squat, that you're not able to do the pistol squats because of the ankle mobility issue, just a little bit of this done every day before you work out is gonna take you so far. You're gonna get those mobile ankles. So you're gonna be like, ain't nobody can stop you as you're rolling down the concession stand. Okay, so what is my favorite, easiest, most awesome anyone can do way to mobilize ankles? Are you ready? Train bare feet. Just as simple as that. I started barefoot training about 3 years ago. I don't wear shoes anymore. I train at home. Even when I'm at the gym, I try to find a little corner that I can take my shoes off. It not only allows me to be completely grounded and to feel my toes and to like be able to be so connected to the ground and with my body, it allows me to strengthen myself without any shoes. So I used to, you ever roll your ankles when you're just walking along, cruising the street, and then you roll your ankle? It's freaking embarrassing, and it's happened to me before, and it's always when there's a million people around, right? It's never when you're alone walking down the alley. So ever since I started barefoot training, guys, I have not rolled an ankle yet, because I'm just like, bounce right out of it. So it's all good. All right, give those a try and let me know. Comment below, let me know, how did you do with the half kneeling dorsiflexion test? Were you able to hit the 5-inch gold standard, or were you a little bit further back? And how do you do with your deep squat? Are you a caver and a tiptoer? Let me know. All right, guys, check out the description box. I have a bunch of freebies in there for you, PDFs that I've made. Put in your email, you get it sent right to your inbox. This is your girl Maya. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, and share. Share this video with all your friends with tight ass ankles, and check back every Tuesday and Fridays for brand new videos. And also, I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Everything is under Move with Maya. I'll see you next time. If Chung Li did ankle kicks.